welcome back. Welcome back. Young King. So this is called I Am Home. I am home, within. Quiet hymns of air caressing nostril hairs, a place of content and simplicity, taking less and gaining more. I am home, alone. Within the awe, I can see the awe. When God spoke to me, I answered me. I am home, doing, being, doing in the being in the doing. I am home. I wrote history in perception. I create future with my presence. I give these presents all of my presence. I am a home, a yin to a yang. Colors constantly change. Maybe there's no difference. The difference is the preference. I am home, in stillness, watching a movie, motion. Rewind, fast forward, replay. I decide the genre of choice, or maybe I don't. I am home, flying with Jonathan, the seagull that is no more. I am reflection of him. I am more. I am home. Trees, roots, leaves, mountains, rocks, peaks. Maybe I stand tall. Maybe I sit small. I am home. The rise of civilization, the fall of a great nation, the place of non-existence, the tree of knowledge full of inquiries and answers. I am home, homeless to the thing I call home. For I know no home but the journey to return home. I am home. Thank you. This is my wind-up part. So this next poem is called Vulnerable, and it's a poem I love sharing because it's an expression of my heart and the space I'm in when I'm sharing this poetry, and just truly a reflection of myself as I enter the world, just being open and vulnerable. And it's based on a true story. So it's called Vulnerable. I'd rather have that awkward wave with no wave back than to not wave at all. I am strong enough to withstand the embarrassment. I have fallen many times before. I will get back up. Let my wave be a symbol that my heart is open with no shame. How dare I put up walls because of society's frame, a standard picture of what is normal. But I'm here to tell you that my love cannot be contained if I lose all else. My love is all that remains. I is all that remains. I'm unbounded by misery's chains. My intention is to wave. Why should I refrain and fear that yours aren't the same? My love does not change if your love is not the same. I will wave with no expectation of a wave back because I have learned that unconditional love doesn't always love back. Unconditional love is all that we lack. If our love is unconditioned, then we will always wave back. My wave is a reflection of me. So when I wave to you, I only see me. It's the absence of unity that we see division between you and me. So for all to see, open and honestly, I wave. No shame, no blame. I love, no attachment, no frame. I will wave again. I will love again. Thank you. It's kind of funny, like halfway through, I just felt the presence of Deontay behind me, just if you doing the feet move. It's like, oh, there's somebody with me, man. You can jump up on the microphone with me. So this last poem, I'm going to go with Cafe Bliss. And this poem I wrote in a cafe down the street. And it's based on true stories. Just like these random connections of locking eyes with somebody and feeling like you've known them for a long time. But it's called Cafe Bliss. I look at you. You look at me. I see you. You see me. I smile. Moonlight. You smile. Sunlight. Perfect symmetry. Passionate chemistry. Swarms of butterflies inside. I try to hide. I look down. You turn away. I glance back. You circle back. I see the serenity in your eyes. You pierce into my soul. I'm intrigued. You're curious. I smile again. You smile more. Best conversation, no words. I'm a lightning strike of nerves. Wondering what ifs. Should I break the silence? Names aren't important. Words can ruin the moment. I can imagine a future with you that began in this cafe. The moment lasts forever, eternity in her eyes. I'm lost in time, but the cafe owner isn't. It's coming to a close, and I'm ready to let go. Beauty needs freedom to grow. Instead of holding on, I'll allow this experience to just be. Until next time, Cafe Bliss is best to reminisce. Thank you. Yes. So how we feeling, folks? Right, this young brother, he brings a lot of light into this community, man. He's doing a lot of beautiful things. Poetry is his passion. He often walks around with a briefcase with probably over 2,000 poems. You know, all I've seen of him is poetry. He's a positive young man. He brings a lot of light, but his name is also Sunlight the Poet. So give a nice round of applause for Sunlight the Poet, y'all. Is this good?
Peace and blessings. It's been a long time, Mr. Mills, the real deal. Started a long time ago. We venture out and we know and understand. I was telling them today, we got to save ourselves before we can save others. So I'm still out here, sink or swim, still doing my thing, still inspired. Let me take a second to bless the mic. Man should not live by bread alone, but by the spoken word. So this poem right here is called 732 Area Code. Goes like this. Not Mars, but here's a code. I towed, flowed, till it overload of what's reaped must be sowed. All ashore, words go on tour, with a heart filled with amour. What's the score? No victory till you can admit defeat. Metaphors retreat, lined up at the Last Supper, ready to eat, while Jesus washes his disciples' feet, holding tears that fills God's dam, whether you prefer jelly or jam, or choose to walk barefoot in the sand. I'm truly the owner of a permanent tan. Poetry lines hot like a summer heat wave with no fan. The anchor lead ran. This poem will detonate and explode, filled with a load of thoughts from a 732 area code. This poem right here is called Give It a Try. My best. Give it a try. Through many lessons learned, closed-minded will always deny. Poems I deeply fry in a honey glazed coat with a bow tie. Some remain curious to why. Spy versus spy. Words with wordplay sweeter than cherry pie. If George Washington couldn't tell a lie in poetry, why should I? 'Cause my best metaphors, Sunday dress, sitting Indian style on top of the desk. This only becomes a pest if I let stress make me unprepared for life's test. Keeping a mindset of truly blessed, stop to second guess. This is what separates me from all the rest. Like a bald eagle bringing mental food back to your nest. As the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, relying on words, I'll give it a try, my best. This last poem I like to do for you is my best too. It's my favorite. It's called Chocolate Kisses, Best Wishes. Chocolate kisses, best wishes. Sugar sweet underneath a foil. That's soil, lips, rips and grips the tightest hug. Your favorite coffee in a mug. Persian rug, crafted and blasted, wishing it lasted. It's melting a mouth, not a hand. Outstretched arms like a rubber band, holding sweet towns that amounts to emotional gain, not material riches. That's why I have no problem giving out chocolate kisses, best wishes. Here we go. There we go. Peace and blessings, sunlight to the poet from now, Asbury Park Zone.
Give a nice little round of applause for Sunlight, the poet. Don't go nowhere, brother. You know the deal. All right. This is more than just open mic. I like to get to know the inspiration behind this man's heart. And I have a very curious question, and not a curious question. If you can elaborate, if you can share what poetry means to you and why you got involved in poetry, what inspires you to write and keep writing? Because you have many poems. So, what inspires you to keep writing and to keep going and share your words with your community?
It goes a little something like this. My addiction was crooked like Richard Nixon. Showed me the worst things in life. My addiction demised my wife. It was a very selfish feeling. It had no square dealings. It lied, it steal, plus cheat. Made me do the craziest feats. When it called, I couldn't sit in my seat. It always had a plan, but to the sober, they couldn't understand how my addiction went hand in hand. With death in jail, only the bad things would prevail. To weigh it on that drug dealer scale, at the end of my sad tale, my addiction always made me fail. My addiction. Put the drugs down, pick the pen up, and never look back. Never look back.
Man, give a big round of applause. Not just the words, but the person, this soul behind the words. So thank you, brother, for your light, man. The sunlight, the poet, man. And that's beautiful, man. And knowing his story too, because I see there is redemption, And I was watching a show and this statement came out and it just reminded me of just life, and how we look at people and how we judge people. But imagine you were always defined by the worst thing you ever did in life. And no one ever forgave that. Forget everything else you did, but just that worst thing. And that's a lot about society, and we do that in our criminal justice system. We do that just in personal relationships, but we have to learn how to forgive and to be present. That is the mindfulness. Can I remove myself from the past and embrace the present moment? Wherever you are. I'm not saying you got to forgive someone for hurting you every day. They don't learn. You learn for yourself. But just saying we need to forgive people and allow them to redeem themselves so they can be productive members of society. So moving along. Where did he go? Abracadabra. Okay, here he is. So next up on the mic, man. Well, give a little moment. As he rekindles old flames. So next, thank you for laughing. You made that statement worth it. So next up on the microphone, I don't know who this is, but I'm very interested to see what she brings. So let's give a nice big round of applause for Maya, y'all. Okay, yes, I thought it was. My intuition was correct. All right.
I'm like much shorter than this. I'll hold it.
Okay.
It's okay. I also just wanted to say that this is really cool. This is the first one of these that I've ever come to, or just this event. But I think this is awesome. What you guys are doing here is amazing. I'm very inspired. Not even sure if these are technically counted as poems, but I just wrote them down. They're words. Okay. Give me a sec. Finally, the shades crept open, revealing nothing more than a damaged garden. Disarray broke her heart at first. Neglect made her furious, until she saw the first bulb of a blooming bush and the optimism of a dancing bee. Thank you. And this is my second one, and also my last. I'm in this relationship where I have been hurt, where I have been abused, burned, cut, beaten. What do I do? I've been dumped on. This relationship is toxic. I'm treated like garbage. What do I do? I thought I was supposed to be loved. I would give them the world. I thought I would be nurtured, cared for. I was ready to bloom with the talk of love. Instead, I'm taken for granted, exploited, left, feeling empty. Maybe you can relate to this. What do I do? Should I leave? I should leave. I tried. I still get those calls persisting, wanting, taking more from me. Everything I work on to recover myself is shredded again. What do I do? What do I do but accept this? Because the truth is, I am the earth, and we are in this relationship where I give you everything you need to breathe, to survive, and I never ask you for anything. Because I love you. And I have been abused, beaten, cut. What do I do? Why do you treat others better than me? What did I do? What do I have to do to make you love me? Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go nowhere, Maya. We got some questions for you. I need to know what to do so I can fix myself in this relationship. But break that down. For those who didn't get it, break that down, the inspiration behind that poem. And that would be the first half of the question.
Okay. I am an environmental science minor. I care a lot about the environment, about our oceans. I recently went to Australia for study abroad a year ago, and then again during the fires. I wrote this poem a year ago when I was in Australia. I love being outside and just the picturesqueness of the world. And when I see like this half of the world that is so beautiful and then half of the world that's built and infrastructure being made, it hurts. So I feel like someone had to speak for the environment.
And what are some ways we can improve our relationship with the environment?
I think what you're doing here is the first step, because you can't fix anything if you haven't fixed yourself. And you guys are doing some really great work, just putting importance of, your body and your temple, and then grounding yourself with the environment is the same. If I feel good, I want to eat good. If I eat good, I'm giving back to the environment. It's a cycle. And personal health is so important. And then after that, you can make those other decisions, what you buy, who you vote for. So, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, give a nice little round of applause for Maya, y'all. Nice little round of applause for Lindsay, y'all.
Yeah, this is good. So I am on a journey myself, and I moved to Colorado for a couple months, and due to unfortunate circumstances, I found my way back home. And while I was there, open mics have been my outlet when I was going through that. So this is really amazing that I found a place at home where I could share that with you guys too. So this was a poem written about just something that I was going through there. So here it is. I was ashamed of the pain you made me feel. You tore me apart, leaving me with open wounds. I covered them up. But I was scared that everyone would smell the stench of my vulnerability, that they'd feed on me, leaving me but nothing but flesh. Your words would bleed out. They were stored in my veins. I let you turn my heart cold when I only offered warmth. You stole the fire in me that I purposely kept lit. See, we all have the ability with the fire inside of us, either to give warmth or to burn. Your body is full of burns from the people who took advantage of their power, so you took advantage of yours. You burnt down this home of mine, thinking you'd steal its worth. But I'm healing now, and words are a matter of perception. They only mean something if I give it that power. You and your words show no value to what my body has now created. My cells have replenished, my fire is now lit, and even though you hurt me, I will not burn you. I don't want such power. Thank you. I have 2 more to share, if that's okay. I stepped into our garden barefoot, feeling the earth under me where our flowers stay rooted. I listened to the songs they were singing and began to dance. As I grew tired, I laid my body amongst them. They whispered their sweet promises to me, so I watered them with the flood they created. They shed their petals on me as though tears and preached my beauty to me. They admired how free I was, and I admired how grounded they were. And like their shedding of petals, I cried and thanked the universe, for the understanding of our difference in beauty is why our garden continues to bloom. Thank you. Okay, this one I had to print out because it was in my notes on my phone. Tired of being comfortable, so I color outside the lines and see a messy painting as a masterpiece, my masterpiece. Tired of not living my truth, because although my truth is pure, it could cause so much pain, so I fill these pages instead. The truth is, I want to love and be loved. I want to hold on to what serves me and continue to water the seeds you gave me that help me grow. I want to climb mountains so I can be closer to the stars because they resemble you. But still then, your beauty can't compare. I still stare at them in awe. I want to run until my heart is pounding out my chest and I'm gasping for air, the same way you make me feel when I'm sharing my body with you. I'm yours to discover, but because you've already met my soul and made love to it. So I am yours if you're willing to be mine, but that's my truth. That may not be yours. So if it isn't, let me be comfortable a little bit more, because I can't stand to hurt, not just yet. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody teary-eyed out here. Oh, don't go nowhere, girl. You gotta teary-eyed. You gotta fix this. You gotta fix this, okay? Oh man, but where I really liked that second poem, you talked about the difference in the beauty in the gardens. What is the difference in the beauty in this garden?
The garden of mine, like my garden. I feel like I'm someone who isn't grounded. I feel like running away usually is the answer. But the problems are always within us. So like with poetry, that's where I express myself. It's hard to get it out there and live my truth. So when I meet people who are grounded, that's where I find the beauty. And people look at me, they're like, I wish I can do what you do. Just go out and adventure. But my body is my home, and I'm still learning to love my home. So to find that beauty and freeness and wholeness in that, it's just, I'm still learning.
Oh, man. And give a little round of applause for that answer. I'm learning to love my home. Wow. And let me ask you this. What methods are you taking to learn how to love your home?
I think forgiveness, forgiving myself, not comparing myself to other people's lives and where they're at, because we're all on our different journey. Just really expressing myself. I've been writing since I was little. This has been my outlet. So sharing that, I'm still little, yeah. When I was younger, I'm still little. So just living my truth and accepting that.
Yeah, give a big round of applause for Lindsay, y'all. And Lindsay, you have a community here that is ready to embrace and love you, yes, without the fire, yes. Yeah. Give a nice little round of applause for Thomas, y'all.
How you guys doing? First of all, I want to start by giving all glory and honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I cannot be here and stand up here without him. This is new to me. One of the things that concern me now is the situation I know you guys hear about. You guys, can you hear me now? The thing that concerns me right now is the thing with sex trafficking. That is something that is very dear to my heart because I have children, 3 girls, and I end up writing a poem about it. It's basically a poem based on just the person who's in the situation as being sex trafficked. So it's called How Do I Make It Home? I wonder if you remember my name, or do you still love me the same? It's been a while since I seen your smile. Mom, I just want to touch your face. And it's cold out here as I shed these tears. How am I going to face my fears? How do I make it home to you? There's so many things I'm going through. I just can't wait to talk to you. I want to come home to you. Why did this happen to me? Why did they do this to me? Doesn't she see our pain? What does she have to gain? I don't want to wear this shame. So I'll pray in faith to leave this place. Lord, I'm going to need your grace. How do I make it home to you? So many things I'm going through. I just can't wait to talk to you. I want to come home to you. I just want us to be free. Lord, are you listening to me? As I take a glance, I can see my chance. Why am I paralyzed in fear? As I shed these tears, I'm not happy here. How am I going to face my fears? How do I make it home to you? So many things I'm going through. How do I make it home to you? So many things I'm going through. I just can't wait to talk to you. I want to come home to you. Something is building in me. You could call it rage. I got to leave this cage. Only words I hear is be brave. So I'm going to fight because I know it's right. I'm going home tonight. How do I make it home to you? So many things I'm going through. I just can't wait to talk to you. I'm coming home to you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Give a big round of applause for Thomas, y'all. That's powerful. And go nowhere, man. Just feeling the passion behind those words, you know. And wow, actually, I see the passion right here too. Okay, little daughter pet, but break down. Not just what do you do to make sure your daughters come home to you?
Well, the one thing I don't do, and I'm learning not to do, is walk in fear. Yeah. Fear just turns everything to one big mess, and it puts your kids in a cage, and it also puts you in constant torture. Yeah. So I have to learn to just, learn to give them a good environment full of love. And I have to also learn, too, in my home is to walk in forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important. But besides forgiveness, just understanding that I was a child. So it's just the thing that I do, I always have to go back to when I was younger. And I'm blessed to realize that I have kids who are like 18 steps ahead of me, and they're not doing half the things I'm doing. So it makes it easier to make a better environment.
Yes, beautiful. Give them a round of applause for that answer, man. So we got one more question. This question is not for you, it's for your daughter, who is very passionate watching her father share those words. So I'm gonna invite you to the stage, girl. And what did you feel as your father shared those words, and especially in regards to him speaking about his daughter being you?
I know my dad loves me a lot, and he shows it every day. And he works so hard for us. He always puts us first. And seeing that, it's just you could tell how much he really cares. And I trust him. And I just need to learn to listen to him more because I'm not going to be a pain in the butt. But we're both hard-headed, so.
It's good.
But yeah, hearing him speak, it just makes me really proud of my dad,
Yes.
So yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm his biggest fan. I'm his biggest fan.
Yeah, me too. Give a big round of applause, man, for Thomas. And what's your name? Gigi, yes. Give a big round of applause for both of them, man. I'm coming home tonight. Oh, man. That was powerful. That was powerful. And so give a nice little round of applause for Jeff, y'all. Nice little lift.
So this poem I like to call I Am Not a Color. I read this on my way going back home from Walmart. I was bored. And I am not brown. I mean, that's what the world calls me, but it's not me. I didn't come out my mother's womb saying, "Hey everybody, I'm brown." No, I was taught to be brown. And you were taught to call me that. As long as along with whatever you call yourself. It's just a label. See, from birth, the world force feed us these labels, and eventually we all swallow them and we digest them and accept the labels. Never ever doubt them, but there's one problem. Labels are not you. Labels are not me. Labels are just labels. But who we truly are is not skin deep. See, when I drive a car, no one would ever confuse the car for me. Well, I drive my body. Why do you confuse for me for my body? It's my body. Get it? Not me. Let's break it down. See, our bodies are just the cars we operate and drive around. The dealership we call society decides to label mine the brown edition, yours Irish or white edition. And with no money down, 0% APR, no test drive, we are forced to own these cars for the rest of our lives. Forgive me, but I fail to see the logic or pride in defining myself or judging others by the cars we drive. Basically, we are true because who we are truly are found inside. Listen, I'm not here to tell you how science conclude that genetically we're all mixed and a race and human species doesn't exist. Or every historian knows that race was invented in the 15th century to divide people from each other, and it's worked perfectly. No, I'm not here to lecture. I just want to ask one question. Who would you be if you were never given a label? Never given a box to check? Would you be white, black, Mexican, Asian, Native American, Middle Eastern, Indian? No. We would be one. We will be together, no longer living in error of calling human beings black people or white people. These labels that will forever blind us from seeing a person for who they are, but instead seeing them through judgment, artificial filters of who we think they are. And we let an artificial label define ourselves. Then, my friend, you have chosen smallness over greatness and to minimize yourself in confidence and divide yourself from others. It is undeniable fact that when there is a division, there will be conflict. Conflict starts wars. Therefore, every war has started over labels. It's always us versus them. So the answer to war is racism, sexism, and every other ism. It's so simple that every politic has missed the labels. We must rip them off. Isn't it funny how no baby is born racist, yet every baby cries when they hear the cries of others? No matter the gender, culture, or color, proven deep down, we are meant to connect and care for each other. That is our mission. That is not my opinion. That is the truth in a world that sold us fiction. Please listen. Label only distorts our vision, which is why half of those watching this dismisses it or resist in conflict. But just remembered, so did a caterpillar before it broke through its shell and became a magnificent butterfly. Well, these labels are our shells. We must do the same thing. So can we finally spread our wings? And human beings were not meant to be slapped with labels like groceries at supermarkets. DNAs can't be regulated by FDAs. We are meant to be free. And it's only until you remove them all and stop living and thinking so small, we'll be free to see ourselves and each other for who we truly are. I'm good. I don't want to do anything.
Okay, give a big round of applause for Brother Jeff, man.
Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
This is, man.
Hold up. Let me catch my breath.
Okay, man. Oh, man. Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Real quick, what was the name of that poem?
I am not a color.
Color. I thought, okay. See, my ears, sometimes I don't get the right ear too much, and I thought I heard cuddler. I'm not a cuddler. It's just like, okay. This is crazy. I picked it up, though. I picked it up. Man, so what inspired you about that poem?
Like I said, I was in Walmart.
So Walmart inspired this whole. Let me find out. I'll go to Walmart right now if I find some inspiration.
We are human beings that are not to be slapped with labels as groceries.
Yes.
Do you not hear that part?
Okay. So what groceries were you looking at? Fruit. Okay. Okay, bro. But break this down. You know, because you brown, white, red, and all these colors. You know, why is it important for us to overcome that to come together?
Because we choose to judge people off their color, off their image, for what they look like.
And what does that do to society?
It distorts it slowly.
Then what happens?
War.
Right. And it's like everything is built on division, you know, and this brother's breaking it down to a science. And here's a solution, you know. What can we do to overcome these labels? Because if I apply for a job here, I have to fill out all these check boxes of who I am. You know, if I walk outside, everywhere I go puts me in these boxes. How can I overcome that when all of society's operating on these check boxes?
I say put others. Because you're not a specific race.
If I'm not a specific race, what am I?
You are you.
What is me?
Yourself.
Self, man. And how is Jeff showing up to be his best self in this world?
Not doing bull. So that kind of helps. Okay.
That kind of helps. Don't do that, all right? Man, what words? Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing stupid things as I used to.
Yes. And Jeff, what are you going to do tomorrow to make sure you stay on that right path?
Live my life.
For who?
For me.
For you. Live my life for me. That is it. That's the answer. That's the key. You know, you mentioned 3.5 years earlier in the conversation. I say you have eternity to do this. Not just during high school, you know, not just after the immediate years after, but eternity, you know, because you are going to be with the kids team very soon, you know. And when you rock this, you represent infinite amount of power and awakening people to reach their greatest potential. But we first must have to set the example within ourselves, right? So give a big round of applause for Brother Jeff, man, bringing his light. Seeing the progression, man. This brother is breaking it down, man, from a couple years ago, right? It's like, it's night and day, night and day. See the growth, man. Seeing the growth. So thank you, Brother Jeff. Thank you. You know, and he taught me something too. Don't make quick judgments, you know, about somebody. As I did the other day, you know, made a quick judgment. It wasn't right. So
Not paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. He's right. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't mindful. I didn't look at the whole picture. Nah, I had a joke on him because he had a brace on. I was like, "Oh, it's a cool limp," you know, but he was limping because of the brace on. But functions, events, and not only is that, but she also works with the young queens on empowerment. Yeah, man, but she's doing a lot. She is just a community leader out here, an activist, and she represents everything we are trying to do and accomplish in this community. So let's give a nice big round of applause for Pamela, y'all, as she comes up to the stage.
Let me put some eyes on so I can actually see the words. Because Women's History Month starts tomorrow. From the dawn of time, when I first came to the earth, I was designed to help, made for the assist, designed for wisdom, designed for comfort, strong enough to move mountains, soft enough to feel your pain, wise enough to see around corners. In fact, when wisdom is described, it's referred to as a woman. My history is amazing. I make homes out of houses, family out of people, and lip-smacking meals out of leftovers. I run corporations and silent auctions. I volunteer and I'm vulnerable. I'm a woman. War is fought over my Hellenic beauty. Nations built on my Ptolemaic legacy. I'm Juliet and Joan of Arc. I'm a homemaker and a Hall of Famer. I'm a tear wiping, motivation providing, kick you in the pants, boo-boo kissing, boogeyman hissing Power Ranger, and I don't even need a cape or a costume. This crusader is crowned with glory and robed with honor. I'm a woman. I suffered pain and I carried loss. I've been a slave and I am a boss. Miracles happen in my hands. Stroking through hair, rubbing heads, lifting a chin and caressing a face. I bring life, hope, and second chances. I find joy in love and I help through failed romances. I'm a woman. I'm educated and I'm wise, intellectual and contextual. I am, and then again I'm not. I have at least two sides, charming or checking, caring or crafty. I can be comforting or callous, flipping the switch, the switch, the switch on anything. I'm a question mark, period, an exclamation. Get the point? When I'm thinking, I pause, becoming a comma or a semicolon. Just a reminder that it's not over, it's not over. I punctuate everything I touch and every place I go. I'm a woman. I'm a survivor like Destiny's Child. I'm giving you the best that I've got like Anita. I want my RESPECT like Aretha. And I'll reach an epiphany like Chrisette. If I don't get it, it's over. I'm leaving. Let us see. These are the pieces of me, 'cause I'm a woman, woman, woman. I'm stilettos and Uggs. I'm an angel, or maybe not. I'm streamlined and full-figured. I'm silky smooth with tendrils waving. I'm tightly coiled and twisted out. I'm short and sassy, and I'm long and classy. And even if I'm kinky, I'm never nappy. Naps are for sleeping. Don't sleep on me. I'm a woman. I'm sister, wife, mother, and friend. I'm confidant to the end. I'm an advocate because sometimes you need my voice. I'm a listener because sometimes you need to hear your own. I'm a diplomat because sometimes your view is skewed by your pain. I'm a woman. I'm top heavy to give shelter. I'm straight to remind you to walk along the path. I'm weighted on the bottom to remind you that there's support, and I'm hourglassed. I remind you that I have time for you. I'm a woman. From Eve I come. I'm a woman. Through Egypt and Red Sea, through wilderness and Jericho, I'm a woman. Taking the reins through a feast and a fast. I just wanted my people to last. My seed, his seed, the holy seed rested in my womb. Blessed am I among women. From a noontime meeting at a well to sitting at his feet, his teaching. In tears at the cross and triumph at the tomb, never leaving the faith, staying strong as I wait and present in the upper room. Praying by a tree, welcoming the apostle, interceding, pleading, and my monthly bleeding, reminding me that the blood would wash away all my sin. I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, accepted in the beloved, an ambassador for the kingdom. I'm first class, first in class, and built to last. I'm the second in creation, formed to help. I'm a woman.
Give a big round of applause for Pamela, y'all. Oh man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I have a few questions. All right, because I've seen you embody everything you just said in this community and building up this community. And how do you get? Because you are a strong woman, right? How do you get a community to be embracive of a strong woman?
In some ways, you just have to be humble. If you know who you are, you don't have to prove it. I find after a while, I work with a lot of young people, and I was talking with a good friend about this last night. They usually start off not liking me so much. But I compare my my style to Urkel. You know, anybody ever see Family Matters? What he said to Laura all the time, I'm wearing you down. Love is so powerful that it will wear you out if you try to wear it out. It will always stand up. It will always win. It will always, always, always be present. So one of the things is that you have to wait for people to catch up with the love you're trying to show them. And you have to be patient. You got to talk to somebody higher than you. I don't know what you call it, but I know what I call it, right? So you got to talk to somebody higher than you to consistently give you the patience and peace that you need to wait for people to catch up with the love that you're showing them. And then when they do, they'll want to fill themselves up with that same love and become strong, and strength recognizes strength. And then it's no longer a problem to be that woman.
Wow, strength recognized strength. Y'all feel that? Man, almost went to the gym just now, you know? But my follow-up question is, because I know, you know, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You know, and seeing your insight and everything you just read and everything that you embody, where was this seed first planted and how did that seed begin to nurture and grow?
I want to give Cliff Notes on this. Okay. My mother was an incredible woman. Incredible. She married one of the strongest people in the county, and she was always able to stand toe-to-toe with him. And I watched that all my life. My grandmothers were strong. My aunts were strong. And my community was excessively supportive to the excess. Like, they cheer for the cheerleaders, they cheer for the football players, they cheer if you walk down the street and didn't trip. They just they just loved us. And when you have a home where I was blessed to have parents that loved each other and death did them part. I was blessed to have that. And sometimes we don't recognize what a blessing that is. I was blessed to have parents that believed I could be anything and were not ashamed or afraid to tell me that all the time. And so for me, it became a belief that every child deserves that. And if they don't get it in the home that they live in, they need to get it from the people in the community. So I determined to be that woman that expresses my love, my belief, my faith in what every child can be. So that's what I do. Hope I answered that.
And that's what you are. That's what you are, girl. Also, how can we support you?
Well, for those of you that are on Facebook, you can like my Malia Bloom page. You know, it's Melia Bloom. And what that means, Malia and Pamela mean the same thing. They mean honey. And a bloom is a mature flower. And so the name of my company, Malia Bloom, is all about this. It's an intimate invitation to be the mature person that you can be. So you can like the page, and then you'll see everything that I'm doing, and have the opportunity. I have a book out, have another one coming out. This actually turned into a play, which was produced this past October. It'll be available for sale this month. So, you know, just thank you all, and thank you for supporting kids. They are so awesome. They are so awesome. I had a lot to do today, and I was like, I'm coming out because they always support everybody all the time in some way, shape, or form, and they're working with our children. So let's give kids a big round of applause.
Thank you, girl. Give her a little round of applause for Pamela.
Yeah, I'm going to share with you a mantra that I've been working with. A mantra, for anyone who doesn't know, is it's like a seed for your mind. So it's another way to help you just start reprogramming your brain. And this one in particular, I'll sing it. It's in Sanskrit, but it just translates to may I be happy, may I be free from illness, may I have favorable fortune, like good luck, and may I be free from suffering, from pain. And when you meditate with this, you wish it for yourself, but then you send it to people. You send it to people you love, you send it to people who you have conflict with or who are struggling, you send it to the community, the world. I send it to Mother Earth. And just allowing this to ground me in a different way. So here I go. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Mahakashir Dukkha Bhagavet Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Mahakashid Dukkha Bhagavet Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Mahakashid Dukkha Bhave Sarve 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 Om Shanti Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Mahakashid Dukkha Bhave Om Shanti Om Shanti. That's it.
Because I think you broke it down at the beginning what the song meant, you know, but how does the song feel when you sing it? Where do you feel it at? And when, because I can feel it myself, but where do you feel it as you're expressing those words through your voice?
I mean, I feel it in my heart, which I think is why I felt the need to hold my heart. There's also a sense of nervousness. I don't often sing in public, and I don't consider myself a singer whatsoever. But it feels right as I'm singing it. Those words feel so true, and I think they often get muddled and lost. And so when I'm singing it over and over, I find myself, it comes to my mind in my car, or when I'm just, I don't know, having a moment, or I'm with someone and I'm just thinking these words in my mind, and it just helps, I don't know, ground me in a truth that feels very real. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm about to cry.
I can feel it. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Let it go. You know, and there's a love in you that is pouring out, and we cannot let that go. Oh man, girl, come on, man. Give her some love. Give her some love, man. You ain't going nowhere. Let it out. Let it out, girl.
It's like every time I see you guys, it's like,
And one question, because those last words in the song were so soft and so dear. Translate those words and what they mean.
So, Om is, they're like, it's a seed sound for the universe. It's a vibration that exists within all things. It's like the thread that connects everything. And whatever you want to call the universe, there are many words for it that we connect to, but something higher or above us, you know, a knowledge that we probably can't even fully comprehend. And Shanti just means peace. You know, so peace, 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 just peace for myself, my heart, my mind, for each of us, for this world, for our whole universe, and just bringing that calming vibration into existence. So, yeah.
That is what she's doing within our organization. Give a big round of applause for this beautiful soul, man. Oh, man, give me some love. Give me some love. Oh, man, so beautiful, so pure, so light. Oh, man, so moving along. So let's give a, oh, singing too? Okay, put on the storytelling category. So give a big round of applause for Kids co-creator Rodney, Brother Rod, y'all.
Someone that has not spoken tonight, someone that's been Little bit, yeah. Come down here, brother. It's like Price is Right. Come on down. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, give him a little clap, man. By the way, love the chain, man. I seen that. I was like, okay, I see my brother. So from the start to the finish, what did you feel before we did all that? And how do you feel right now from doing the stretch, doing the breath, and actually connecting with people around you?
Heart open, head up, chest out. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So if you were to carry this present, I'm not saying you don't, but if we were all as a society, what kind of world would we live in if this was the way that we approach each day of our life?
A much happier, kinder world.
Oh, man. What's your name? Eric, last question. What's your purpose in this world? Your purpose and mission for being a human?
To spread kindness and love, man.
So you're in the right place. Look at my man Eric. A nice round of applause, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And it's that simple, folks. You know, it's not that complicated to create a space of love and compassion. But we have so much suffering that's around us. And at a certain stage, we got to realize that suffering is self-inflicted. You know, as I become more aware and I start to recognize who I am as an individual, I begin to realize that this suffering becomes a choice. And there's 3 reasons why I'm going to say that suffering happens. Number 1, we forget who we are. You know, at a simple level, society, I have to wear a mask. I'm wearing that corporate job. I got kids to take care of. I got to take care of family. So I put on a mask after mask after mask just to fit in, you know, just to allow myself to make it through the day. But once that mask stays on me for long enough, I forget who I am, what makes me happy, what makes me joyful, and I lose that connection to that inner child. But on a deeper level, whether you call it God, Spirit, Allah, the universe, there's something even greater of who I am. And if I don't have that connection in any form or fashion, whether you're in the church, whether you're in the temple, whether you're in the pyramids, whatever you have to do, you are always going to have some form of suffering because you see yourself as this ego, as this separate individual. When in reality, we are far more connected than we are separate. Second reason why we suffer, folks, is because we get too attached and we live in a world that's impermanent. Everyone in this space, we're going to be here together, but eventually we're all going to fade away, just like a mandala. And the goal is, can I learn to appreciate each present moment and be able to let go? Whether it's my cell phone, whether it's my honey boo boo, whether it's my job, my money, my status, I cannot get too attached to anything because eventually that attachment is going to control my emotional state of being and how my mind functions. The last one, and this is the important one, is our fear to feel our emotions. You know, we are constantly trying to suppress and push away those uncomfortable sensations that we experience. If I were to ask you guys in the room, has anyone in here never suffered any form of trauma in their life? Someone raise your hand. Okay, I didn't think that was possible, right? But when you look at the universe, nature is one of the greatest alchemists. When you look at a piece of coal, when it goes through that intense heat and pressure, what does it do? It gets it stronger. It makes it resilient. And that piece of coal eventually turns into a diamond. And when you realize when I can learn the proper tools to allow myself to be open, to feel, to watch, and allow this beautiful experience of life, you realize nothing's happening to me. Everything is happening for me. And if we can all become that example, when someone has lost their way, when they see our life, when they see our experience, they begin to realize that's me too. And that's the whole purpose why we created this organization. So my beautiful people, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. Grateful to have you all here. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, just breathe. Sum all that up for you. All right, folks? So have a beautiful night, beautiful evening. Show is not over. But that's all for me this evening. Appreciate your time, folks.
Hello, stranger. It seems so good to see you back again. How long has it been? Seems like a mighty long time. Chupa, my baby, ooh. It seems like a mighty long time. So glad you stopped by to say hello to me. like a mighty long time. Chibop, chibop, my baby, ooh, it seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, chibop, my baby, 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 chibop, chibop, my baby. Oh, if you're not gonna stay, please don't leave me thinking that you did before, because I still love you so, although it seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, chibop, my baby, ooh, it seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, chibop, my baby, chibop,
Beautiful song, man. Had me back in
I
it.
listened to that song as I was a kid, and I grew up listening to it. And recently I've had some trauma in my life, and my fiance passed away too. It's been 2 years, so just hearing that and running into people, new faces, new friends, people of the world, they're strangers to me, like foreign people, like people from Haiti. I don't know who they are. They're strangers. I don't speak French. I did, but I don't.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That song is beautiful. And how do you connect to healing when you hear that song?
It makes me feel like, when I'm in a relationship with, it doesn't matter who, male, female, but when I'm connecting with, like, when I ask God, when I talk to him, I ask him, like, that's exactly how I relate to this song. Like, it's been such a mighty long time that I've actually got on my knees, prayed, and asked you, like, forgive me for my sins, forgive me for my trespasses, and for those who trespass against us. And it just makes me feel really good to know that he's always going to be blessing me with things that I can deal with and handle, because he's never going to give me too much that I can't handle.
Yeah, and I believe that you can handle it. And as long as you believe that, you will get through anything. Because everything that's done to us is done for us. And it's helps you. You're given this life because you're strong enough to handle it. And that's why we're here, to learn and to grow and to evolve. So thank you for sharing your light with us and inspiring us, because we can take a step forward, even when it seemed like it's the hardest thing to do. So thank you, Robert. Thank you. Oh, man. And music is a healing power too, I know some of us
I used to think I knew love. Blissful embraces, shared connection, and presumed happiness ensued. Baseline understanding, tried and true. I said the words, but didn't know the meaning. No matter who received them, they weren't true. I was lying to the world, no one knew. Codependency and toxicity became my glue. The deeper question is, what can I do? When you love yourself, everything has meaning. You become empathetic to the world and see love in all beings. You quit arguing and start connecting. You stop stressing about tomorrow and live for today. You stop thinking about the past and let it fade away. When you love yourself, you treasure every moment. You are grateful for everything you got you to this place to be here. You carry love all on your face. You love all the memories, no matter the outcome. When you love yourself, you can open your heart to everyone. When you love all God's creatures equally, you can embrace so fully. When you can be true to your own meaning, you can finally live your life. So ask yourself, do I love me? This one I came up with on Valentine's Day when I was watching Jerry Maguire. And the line, like, you complete me. I'm like, that's just not true. So This is called You Complete Me. You complete me. Damn, don't put that on me. I don't even complete me, let alone you. You know, I need to do me. I need for you to inspire me to be the best me, as I'll inspire you to be the best you. We can get trapped in me and you. Can't you see? If I help you and you help me, together we can be us, which is a combination of you times your potential plus me times my potential, which equals potential greatness. But I don't need another half because I'm only 3/4 me. You're not even a quarter in your truth, so that makes us less than one. Damn, we got growth to do. Or maybe we grow apart to be one, and together we can find the one to be two separate ones that got their start as one. Or maybe we can become the most full one that doesn't need another one and doesn't want another one because the fullness of one is truth. Thank you. Thank you.
Give a big round of applause for our brother Eric, man.
And the funny thing is, when I first met him, we were performing at the same open mics, but he was a comedian at the time, you know. So when he started writing poetry, he was like, "How do I write it?" But it was like he started flowing. It was just beautiful in these love poems. So I still see a little hint of the comedy. So break this down for me. That second poem, you know, you complete me, and I'm looking for my other half, and all this other stuff that we're taught that we need. How do I look for genuine, true love outside of that? Because there's so much expectation. You know, there's so many standards and everything of that sort. So how do I coexist with somebody else in a relationship?
Well, the other person needs to love themselves. Because without love for yourself, you have nothing. And so when you love yourself so fully, you can love everybody fully. And so that's what both of them were really about, was just about, you know, being true to yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what your purpose is, so that you can spread love with anyone. Right? Because if we don't love ourselves, then it's masking in depression, and anxieties, and worries, and fears, and sufferings. And so,
man, that's beautiful. So where do I find that at? Is that at Walmart too? Because I heard inspirations at Walmart. I'm just joking. Give a big round of applause for Brother Eric, man. A beautiful soul, beautiful light, man. Finding his truth, man.
I left all my poems at home, but so I got to think of it for a little bit. But so I'm a high schooler and I'm in 9th grade. Okay, so in 7th grade, I was bullied by 13 kids. And it's really hard for me to talk to people. And it's really hard for me to just socialize. So, even now it's like still affecting me. And I see all those kids that bullied me in high school just having fun, talking, you know, doing all this terrible stuff, but they're having fun and I'm not, and it just hurts a lot. So this is my poem. I'm glad all of you are here to listen to it. So thank you. Eerie light, lost flight. Eerie light, lost flight, silent plight, you are my blight. You picked on me, you left me after you tore apart everything I used to be. You dropped me like a dime on the street, and then you didn't turn back. It wasn't worth your time. You continued to march at your own beat. Eerie light, lost flight, you are my blight. This is my silent plight. One day I'll find the strength to get rid of all my strife.
Man, the growth is real. Give him a round of applause, man. And how did it feel being up here, sharing that piece of your heart with everyone else here?
It feels like it's the most I've expressed myself in a long time.
It's true. Tyshawn is a man, but he was most direct at the camp. Just one statement he needed to say, and it was most direct. So see this growth, and to see you here experiencing and being open, communicating your feelings is real. Do you remember the conversations we've had man, and seeing how man, I seen him at Barnes and Nobles randomly, and he's picking up a book on mindfulness and learning how to be in tune with his emotions. But I think he is practicing something. So what is helping you express yourself and be more vocal and verbal about what you're feeling?
Honestly, nothing. The one thing I can say is I write poems all the time. Not that much, so like I'm doing it like every 5 minutes, but throughout the months I just been writing poem after poem about all these sad feelings that I have, and I think that helped me put them in words.
So is poetry something you turn to when you do feel those emotions?
Yeah.
And how does it feel when you are just getting it all out into poetry?
It kind of feels makes me feel free. Because like, I just can't really get my words out. It always feels like they're locked in my chest. So it just helps me so much.
Oh man, that is powerful. And my brother, because we often say this, how other people treat me is a reflection of what's in their heart. How I react or respond is a reflection of what's in their heart. So when you do have these people who do make fun of you, because people make fun of what they don't understand or what they can't be, how do you deal with those difficult emotions? What's going through you? Where are you feeling it, and how are you getting through those emotions?
Most of the time, I don't really do anything besides I'll just go home. I'll sit at my counter and I'll just pull out a piece of paper, a pen, maybe a pencil, and just start writing down everything I feel.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And who are you talking to when you're dealing with all this? Do you have someone that you talk to, that you confide in, your emotions, your feelings, all these things that are going on?
I don't really talk to anyone about my feelings, but I used to come to open mic a lot, and I haven't shown up lately because I said that next time I come, I told brother Mr. Mike this. I said next time I come, I'm gonna have something to say. So I didn't want to do anything until I could do that. I didn't want to show up.
Man, that is beautiful, man. Here he is sharing his soul. I would say you can show up either way, and I wouldn't be mad or hold it against you, but it is powerful. But I'm gonna put this out there. You see everyone here?
Yeah.
We are your heartbeat. You know what that means? We are here for you. If you ever want somebody to talk to, Kid Staff, you have our phone numbers, right? You can text us, call us, but I want you to make it a point to talk to people. Don't hold that in. That is too much weight to bear for one young man. You're just in, freshman, right? Wow, freshman year. To hold all that weight, all those emotions in, we have to find ways to release that. All right. So let's make it a point to spend more time together to build and help you evolve, because I've seen the evolution. For you to even just speak that is showing me something. It's crazy, because you remember back Green Grove School. Well, that was years back, and seeing how you are now, this is beyond growth. And we want to see you grow and thrive even further. All right. And not let anybody break you down. All right, King rising to his throne. Give a big round of applause for Tyshawn, man. Back in the day, Tyshawn might have stiff on me before I got that hug in. So this is growth. This is growth real. I'm gonna get a number 2, man. Another round of applause, man.
Without any further ado, let's give a nice round of applause for Mia, y'all.
Thank you, thank you. It's been so nice to hear everyone so far. This song is called Jump Out My Body, and I finally started dabbling with beat making, so this is just my attempt. I got a lot of work to do and learning to do, but here we go. Jump out my body, look deep into me. My heart is crying, my soul strong and brave. Call me peculiar, yes, I am different. My composition is unmultiplied. Words that aren't spoken come through my mood and eyes. I am all open, bad at disguise. Call me peculiar, yes, we are different. My composition is unmultiplied. Emotions are flowing, too many punched inside. Learn that it hurts to hide. Who does it satisfy? Call me peculiar, yes, we are different. My composition is unmultiplied. Beginning to let go, unveil all I hide behind. Set out to free my mind. Lord, in your hands this time. Call me peculiar, yes, we are different. My composition is unmultiplied. Words that aren't spoken come through my mood and eyes. I am all open, bad at disguise. Thanks, guys. This is called I Try. Thank you. Oh, I try, tired of getting by, tired of hanging in, tired of I'm alright. And so I cry, releasing from within. Just once I wanna win. High hopes are fading. Never give up, you're good enough. Broken, still strong, faith tagging along. Faith tagging along. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, I lie to hide that I'm not stuck, to quiet my unluck, to fake that I'm not. But I'm gonna defy my doubters' false implies. Deny their alibis, no longer scraping by. Well wishes and goodbye. Well wishes and goodbye. Ooh, I never give up. You're good enough. Broken, still strong. Faith tagging along. Faith tagging along. Faith tagging along. It's not easy. It's not easy. But we'll make it. 'Cause he won't let us fall. He won't let us fall. Never give up. You're good enough. Broken, still strong. Faith tagging along. Faith tagging along. It's not easy. It's not easy. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. I keep doing that. Oh man, here comes the questions.
Man, we gotta know so much, girl. We gotta catch up. 4 years of questions that we've missed. Right.
What you shouldn't do, don't not do open mics for an extended period of time because it feels like it's your first one, and you just have to.
Seeing, even from our past experiences at open mic, and seeing the transitions, whether it be job, things of that sort, but just the growth. Where are you right now? You know, because that second song, it just felt like there's a spark of something new inside of you that was growing and evolving.
It's funny because you feel like you're gaining your footing, and then right now I'm in such a transitional phase. Like I feel like I'm at the bottom, but at the same time it feels freeing because I'm like anything is possible, you know. So you just have to really accept where you're at, have faith that you're only where you're at because it's clearing the way for just better things to come.
Yes, that's beautiful. And how do you remain, you know, faithful that everything is happening on purpose? How do you remain, you know, in your foundation, grounded, you know, like, okay, this is a storm, but I know the storm is bringing me to a higher part of myself. So how do you remain on your path?
For me, I just have trust that the Lord, for me, it's Jesus. I'm just like, I pray to him, and I believe that he already has my whole future planned out. I just have to listen and be obedient to what that is, because I feel like in the journey I'm in, even though it can be looked at as bad, I'm looking at it as good, and just like him clearing the way for something else for me.
Oh, yeah. And I think that something else still involves Kids One Mic, One Soul. So make sure you don't go too far, girl.
I told Krista, I was like, I think it was in January. It's just like, I just feel like it's time to like put things that are important to myself, and anyone who has just like talents and gifts. Like if you put time into them, like they will be fruitful. So you just have to do that, you know?
Yes. Yes. Put time in your talents and they will be fruitful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So we're going to put some time in on the talents, right?
I said it. It's out there
Yes,
now.
yes, yes. Give a big round of applause for Mia, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Too.
Yeah, you're evolving too.
Oh man, yeah, we all are. We rise, we rise, we rise.
I'm gonna be doing a song by her, and I'm gonna do it a cappella. So, okay. I wanna run away with you. Just take me to places I've never known. when no one else seems to be getting through. Only you can tell what's going on. When I hear your name, put a smile up on my face. It don't matter the time or the place. You make it all better now. I can love you forever now. When I hear the sound, when I'm feeling down, ain't nobody else gotta be around for you to make it better now. Let me get myself together now. Let me sing my song. Don't wanna be alone. I know that when I listen, find what I've been missing right here in my heart. So let me sing my song.
Give a big round of applause for Skyline the Queen, man.
How did you feel singing that?
Nervous.
Nervous? And how did it feel to just get it out, you know, and show your beautiful voice with the world?
It felt good because I haven't sung in a while. Okay.
So it feels good. So you should do more things that feel good, right?
Yes.
So you're going to sing every month for us?
Sure.
Okay. Y'all got it on tape. Sure. She is here every month. Give her a nice round of applause for the Queen, man. She is growing. She is evolving.
Musical thing played by the King Love is all I bring. Jano, hear this. For me say easy, brother Michael, take it easy now, man. Easy, brother Michael, cause your respect strong. Easy, brother Rodney, cause you're nice already. Easy, brother Rodney, the best baby daddy. Them love you like, oh, pocket love enough money. Them love you like, oh, Jesus love little babies. Big up to the kids organization. All Americans, all New Jerseyans, all African, Latin man and woman. But I man is a true born Jamaican. From the island in the sun, we call it Jam 1. We're under the shade, it's about 91. I man was conceived in 1971. My mama was a tailor, daddy a farmer man. He planted yams, he plant banana. He plant enough cabbage, enough sensimilia. It cure cancer, it good for asthma. It cure cataract and cure glaucoma. My people, let love stay. Don't let love go, my people, let love stay. Don't let love go. Shine your light along the way. Brother Wade's gonna spit a couple bars on the microphone today. Open your ears and listen what me say. This a big man business, man I come here so free play. So listen me queens and listen to me kings. As me nice it up on the retro taxi rhythm. No matter if you're fat, no matter if you're slim. You coulda slow like a turtle or quick like lightning. Every man just do them thing and thing. Keep you dancing and swing and swing and swing. Reggae music's not a sin, in fact it's divine. Handed down to us through ancient ancestral lines. Protected by the red, gold and green banner. And when me represent this with honor. So welcome to my world, man. You know I'm a vegetarian. No bloody meat on my table. Strictly plant-based and vegetables. Welcome to my world. No perm, no jerry curls round here. Naturality we practice round here. Not in Rasta atmosphere. Hear this. We're kicking off shots like Bumbleclad Messi. Make up run it over so you know Rasta bless it. No problems on my mind, so you know me not stress it. Them know so we are greatness, why the hell am I contest it? Light be shining, forever shining. Up the Rasta children keep climbing, even when the roads are rocky and winding. Never in declining. Thank you.
Brother Wayne, yo!
Oh, man. Uh-oh. Round 2. We'll hear that next month, man. We're going to hear that next month. Oh man, had us in the move, man. You gotta put that on tape, man. CD or MP. I don't know.
Good, good evening, everyone. Um, the reason I have this magnifying glass, I'm not doing detective work, but I'm just using it to read things, to help me read things, because as I get older, and I also have type 2 diabetes. It seems like my eyesight is failing, and I received an award earlier this week, and I couldn't read my acceptance speech because it was in a small font. I should have moved to a larger font. But but so so yeah, you have to forgive me, everyone. The poem I'm going to read is "Afternoon on the Hill" by Ernest St. Vincent Millay. I will be the gladdest thing under the sun. I will touch a 100 flowers and not pick one. I will work at crafts and clouds with quiet eyes, which the wind held down the grass, and the grass swayed. And when lights begin to show to up from the town, I will mark which must be mine, and then start down. Thank you.
Question for you. Give a nice round of applause for Anita, y'all.
And Anita's a beautiful soul. She does a lot of beautiful work in the community. Love that poetry. She's really into poetry too. She is a poet herself. So, Anita, can you tell the world is in front of us right now, what you do to make the world a better place?
Well, I advocate for people with disabilities, and I'm a self advocate. I live in my own apartment, and I'm being aided by one of the DSPs. Her name is Vanessa, and she sent it back. She told me to come and join you today. So let's give Vanessa a hand, everyone.
Give her a hand. Don't raise her hand. She right there. She right there. Give her a hug, a hand. You know.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm glad I could get right to see this wonderful gentleman who does a lot of good work in the community. And one of the things we have in common is a community, as well as poetry and helping kids and stuff.
Yes, yes, yes.
Give a nice little round of applause, man.
And community, as Anita mentioned, encompasses the word unity. So let's never forget that. And one big round of applause. Thank you for sharing your light with us, girl. Appreciate you. Appreciate you and the work that you do. She is doing a lot in her community and always vocal about what she's doing. So we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, girl. All right.
2 weeks ago, I was invited to speak at the first ever UN conference or commission on global homelessness. So why would they choose me, right? What do I know about this subject? I started out today at the Lynx Hotel in Brooklyn, New York. That's one of the crown jewels of the New York City homeless shelter system. When I was speaking, I said, I don't really think there is such a thing as homelessness or homeless people. You know, there are people who have been dislodged from their housing for a variety of reasons, mostly that rents are so high, and we find ourselves in this situation. So afterwards, there was a Q&A, and a diplomat from Denmark says, "Could you please explain why you don't identify with homelessness?" And I said, first of all, I'm a Roma, or what you pejoratively call a gypsy. We feel sorry for you that you feel you have to have a wall, bills, and a roof over your head to feel like you got a home. I feel like a home wherever I am. Thank you very much. I felt that sitting out here today. I used to live in Asbury 3 years ago, probably people know. I lived out on the streets here. I lived in the Mission. This Mission, I have been in 4 or 5 different shelters in the Bronx. This is the craziest shelter I've ever been in. Well, I'll tell you in detail if you want to know. And I've also lived in the Asbury Hotel. And I mean, to me, there's no difference. You are where you are, and that's who you are. So let me bring this home. 10 o'clock this morning, I was in Harlem. I was at the Just Leadership office. So what am I doing there? Just Leadership is the group that created bail reform in New York City, which is really an impossible, chaotic kind of task. And they're also responsible for closing Rikers Island in 2026 or something like that. They've got a commitment from the government. So I was invited to meet with them 3 weeks ago. And I went there thinking, well, I'm going to meet a bunch of bougie lawyers, Caucasians, black bougies, in business suits and this and that. I get there, Puerto Rican black brothers, all who have been incarcerated, they went to Albany and they got this done. So I was there today. They asked me to come and coach on telling stories, because their stories is how they did that. What I tried to do here is tell my story. What I did at the UN is tell my story. And what you guys are doing is telling your stories, because I said in the past, if you don't tell your stories, they're going to write them for you. Some sociologist in the college is going to write them for them. Some lawyer would have wrote something for these brothers to close down Rikers that would not have been nearly as effective as what they wrote. And they went there in person and they told their stories. So they asked me to come there, and I was honored to share how you get up in front of people and tell stories, and that's how you make your point. So that's what I do. That's why I'm here. And I hope I can contribute more. Peace.
Give a big round of applause for Brother James, man.
Oh, man. Just a quick question, man. Just a quick question, because you are a big advocate for homelessness and just the world in general. And
No such thing as homelessness.
oh, yeah. But you're a big advocate for creating more peace in the world, and what I want to ask you is, because I read a quote that said, imagine the world that you want and allow it to happen. In your imagination, what is the world beyond all these constructs, issues, identities and labels that we know as these social issues?
What is the world beyond that? The world beyond that is just our personal stories, because when you get into it, who you are, who I am, is very little difference, and when you really get down, and that's why I promote people to tell their stories, because if you give the analysis and you go through all of that crap, that in the mind, we're all separated. But then you start to tell your story and say, man, that dude's just like me. That woman's just like me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the power of stories. That's why I promote it that way.
Oh, man. So we are one and the same.
Yeah, bro.
I like that. I like that. We are the same. We are the world, y'all. Give a big round of applause for Brother James, y'all.